And now, your first Alert 5 weather.
So far, it has been a very hot, very dry October, and really since September, we have been very dry. It's been 19 days since Colorado Springs saw measurable precipitation. So all that being said, drought conditions are beginning to worsen. It definitely takes time to see changes in the drought monitor, but right now we have moderate drought in the Pikes Peak region, Teller County, El Paso County. Severe drought is expanding in the northern Colorado Front Range. Pueblo, you're just abnormally dry. And then into the eastern plains, we have moderate to severe drought as well. The reason why we have been so warm and dry so far this October is this ridge of high pressure. It's been blocked, cut off from the jet stream, and it's just happy to stay here. What we need is a jet stream to dive south, and it will start to do that this weekend. The East Coast is going to get a nice cool down, some active jet stream action. Meanwhile, our high pressure is going to weaken next week and start to move east. So finally, we're seeing some progression, some movement in the atmosphere, and that will help to change our weather patterns. So by this time next week and into next weekend, I'm tracking this potential storm system that will keep us cooler, give us a chance of some moisture, and potentially our first freeze. We have not had freezing temperatures yet in the Springs or Pueblo. We're well past the average first freeze of October 1st. The latest we've ever had was October 35th. First in 1963. So in Pueblo, our average freeze usually happens around October 8th for the first time, and the latest is November 1st from that same year, just a day later. So fingers crossed that we'll see that next weekend. But in the meantime, tonight will be above average by about 10 degrees in the 40s in the plains. Mostly mid to upper 30s in the mountains. And tomorrow should be very warm, but a nice day to go out to the pumpkin patch, pick out your pumpkin for the season. 83 is my forecast in Colorado Springs tomorrow. Average high is 67, so over 15 degrees above normal. In Pueblo, lots of sunshine to start the day, a few clouds in the afternoon. 88 is my forecast high, average is 72. So I do think Saturday is going to be our last really hot day. We'll have 90s in the southeastern plains, mostly 80s along I-25 and 70s into the mountains. And then Sunday we begin to see some change. We're going to drop to the 70s that day. And then looking ahead, we are going to see that trend continue. So Sunday is the more fall-like day of the weekend. We'll spend a good portion of the afternoon in the upper 60s. And then next week, staying in the mid 70s. Does look like we'll start to see that pattern change by late next week, starting to drop by Friday, and then beyond the 7-day outlook, we're going to be even cooler by next weekend. So for Pueblo, upper 80s for you tomorrow. Beginning that cool down on Sunday, staying in the upper 70s or low 80s for most of next week. For Canyon City, mid 80s for tomorrow, mid 70s on Sunday, and then upper 70s for most of next week. Friday's a little cooler to the upper 60s. And for Woodland Park, mid 70s tomorrow, and then mostly 60s, staying dry next week.